Well, let's start out with an easy one. This is the inside of Boosters. If you haven't heard yet, Boosters opened up a couple of days ago. It's a beautiful place. It's themed for the high school with the colors. Very nice place to go. I enjoyed eating there on Saturday. We're going to head up north now to Marabella Villas, where they're building courtyard villas in the location of the failed Hacienda Hills Country Club. I'll start out with saying that this is a little over a week old. So all these foundations that you see here now have houses, and all the houses without roofs now have roofs. They're coming along very quickly, as is typical here in the villages. This is going to be about 25 homes. The exact date on when they'll be available for sale has still not been announced. As you can see, there are several of these courtyard villas, at least 4, that are being built with swimming pools. As you can see from this higher level shot, about half of these homes will have golf course views. I'm going to take a stab at what the pricing is going to be on these homes. Basic home on the side closest to the road, probably $350 to $400. On the golf course, minimum $450. And if there's a pool, add another $75,000. That's my best guess. We'll take a closer look at some of the pools being built on these homes. Courtyard villa lot sites are normally about 5,000 to 6,000 square feet, so finding one that's big enough to put a pool in, I'm not going to say it's rare, but they're not as common as you think. One thing I did notice is all of these have 2-car garages, but none so far have golf cart garages with them. Let's journey to the south now and see the areas where Chipotle and Target are being built. A Chipotle Mexican grill is being built right next door to the McDonald's across the street from Brownwood. This footage is a couple of days old, so they've made a lot more progress since this was shot. An opening date for this new restaurant has yet to be announced, but we'll keep looking for it. It's time now for a brief non-profit moment. Come join me on Monday, October 14th at the Belglade Country Club for the VPSD Firefighters Thanksgiving Day Dinner fundraiser. We're going to party from 6 p.m. until they throw us out with the music of Crimson Sunset as they rock to the music of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. So come on out and support our firefighters. If you'd like to help with the fundraiser or with providing dinner to the firefighters, contact me at goldwingnut.com/Thanksgiving or email me at thanksgiving@goldwingnut.com. We'll see you there. Exterior finish work on the new Outback Steakhouse is progressing. And as we go up and over the Outback Steakhouse, we can see work on the new Target store being built. They're still working the foundation. It's a big building with a lot of concrete to pour. At the top of the screen is the Wilds apartment complex. Next to Target is Lowe's. And as we rotate around, you'll get a better view of 466A and to get a better perspective of where this new store is located. Let's continue farther south to Magnolia Plaza and see the work going on the new CVS being built. This CVS was a bit slow getting started. It was announced about 2 years ago, and the lot sat dormant for quite a while. But now that they've started building, they're moving very quickly. No word has been given yet on when it will open, but this will definitely be a much needed and welcome addition to this area. The front entrance to the store faces the intersection of Warm Springs Avenue and Marsh Bend Trail. Around back, the drive-through faces the Publix at Magnolia Plaza. Coming up next is something I haven't done in a while, a then and now segment. This time, it's going to be of Middleton and the village of Moultrie Creek. Country Village Power Equipment and Golf Carts is the place for all your Yamaha golf car needs. Family owned and operated for over 20 years in the city of Webster, carrying the full line of both gas and electric Yamaha golf cars, Country Village will build one to your specification, including the latest in lithium batteries. Country Village has a large selection of parts for both gas and electric golf cars, and unlike some other dealers, sells directly to the consumer. Service for your new and current golf car is available at your home or in-store. Each new golf car includes an unmatched 6-year warranty. For the best value in golf car ownership, come to Country Village Power Equipment and Golf Cars. So in this Then and Now episode, we're looking at a 2-year difference of the village of Moultrie Creek and Middleton. And one of the first things we see here is the wastewater treatment plant. This is the Gibson wastewater treatment plant. It's right behind fire station number 48. You can see before it wasn't ready. Now it's fully online and they're still expanding it. Fire station 48 is coming into view on the right screen. On the left screen, it was just some blank spot 2 years ago. On the left screen, the striped area where they used to park the utility vehicles in preparation for storms. That's now been moved down to County Road 471. In the top left-hand corner of the right screen is Eastport. On the left side, there was nothing there. As we rotate the camera around, we start looking into the village of Moultrie Creek and Shady Brook. What a difference 2 years has made. Besides the houses, the biggest thing we notice is these large retention ponds. Initially, there was very little water out here. This was all pasture land. There was a few natural wetlands, and now they've built these massive retention ponds. The one you're looking at here on the right screen is about 3/4 of a mile long end to end. And yes, there is at least one alligator that lives in this long retention pond. And the natural wetlands areas I spoke about, they still exist. They have preserved all of those in the construction process. In the left screen, the high school had been under construction about 4 months. They hadn't even started on the Middleton downtown area. Looking on the right-hand screen, you can see the Middleton downtown area, and of course, we all know the high school is complete now, and they're open. It's a beautiful facility. We'll continue going to the left. The round object you see on the ground is part of one of the Gibson utility system wells that bring potable water to the homes in this area. Here we see another of the large retention ponds. This one's over a mile long and it's been stocked, so it will be open for fishing in a few months probably. We'll fly in and we'll get a little bit of a look at the swimming pool. Obviously there was nothing there when this was shot 2 years ago, so lots and lots of changes have happened. The high school facility was built using tilt wall construction, which is very similar to the precast method of construction that they're using to build homes in the newer areas of the villages. At the top of the right screen, you can see the Middleton downtown area. Rolling back to the left now, we see the middle and elementary school facility that was built. And as we rotate right again, we're going to fly over the downtown area of Middleton. We'll take a closer look at Middleton in just a few minutes. The area just to the left of this long pond at the middle top of each screen is where they're planning on building apartments.
Hi fellow villagers, it's Steve from Gold Shield Cart Alarms. Unfortunately, golf cart thefts are a growing concern here in the villages. I offer an affordable solution. Our golf cart alarms are easy to operate, maintenance-free, and are an effective deterrent. Call me or visit our website. Protect your investment. Gold Shield Cart Alarms.
I'll fly backwards now towards the Gibson wastewater treatment plant. This wastewater treatment plant and the wells were built by the developer to support all these new areas of the villages. The wastewater treatment plant being built in Wildwood has nothing to do with the current village's development. That facility is needed to support the non-villages areas on the north and west side of Wildwood. Now let's head south and take a look at the Encompass Hospital, Live Oak and Laurel Oak courses, Edenfield, WellPoint, Oak Hollow, Bel Air Golf Course, and of course Eastport. The Encompass Hospital system is building a new 50-bed rehab hospital on the southwest corner of Megason Road and Warm Springs Avenue. Work has begun here on the foundations, and you can expect it to start going vertical in a couple of weeks. A second phase is also planned for another 30 beds. This is not the micro-hospital that's been in the news that's going in on US 301 north of DeLuna at the location of the old motocross track. I'll start covering that hospital when construction actually starts.
Are you looking for a garage storage solution for your clutter? Look no further. I'm Steve with A Rack Above. I've created the only freestanding overhead storage rack of its kind. Crafted from high-quality extruded aluminum, A Rack Above is super strong, holding up to 2,000 pounds on the shelf. And when you move, take A Rack Above with you. Call Steve at 407-474-1214 or visit arackabove.com for your overhead storage solution today.
Starting off at the WellPoint Neighborhood Recreation Facility, we'll fly towards Corbin Trail and then head south to look at the village of Oak Hollow. Oak Hollow is obviously a lot farther behind than the village of WellPoint, but they are building the Woodlands Golf Course here, and you can see they're making a lot of progress on it. They're getting ready to sod the fairways. They've put in sod around all the retention ponds. This course probably won't open until sometime late next year. As we'll see when we start looking at Edenfield, the other 9 on this course is a lot farther behind. We'll come around and turn towards the north and get a better look at this golf course that's under construction. And then we're going to head on up to the village of WellPoint. They have the roads and utilities in for the homes in Oak Hollow, but it's going to be a while before they start on this. Right now they're focusing up on WellPoint, and there's still the southern section of WellPoint on the south side of McNeil Drive that's coming up that still has to be constructed. They're also very focused in the village of Shady Brook, and they've also started the first set of courtyard villas in the village of Water's Edge, right near the Eastport downtown area. McNeil Road cuts across the middle of the screen that you're seeing here, and on both sides of it is the village of WellPoint. The north side of WellPoint is definitely coming along. There are many houses under construction. A large portion of what you're seeing, from my understanding, will be turned into lifestyle preview homes. And in this area here, they're supposed to be building some additional model homes. I don't believe it's going to be another Street of Dreams, just more models, probably new models that they're getting ready to come out with. The majority of the lots in the northern section of WellPoint have come on the market, and a great many of them are already spoken for, as are these homes here in this section along the golf course. Some of these had some pretty high prices, and they all sold very quickly. That's the Saint-Tropez Village Recreation Center coming into view. Taking off now from the Saint-Tropez Recreation Center, we start flying over the village of Edenfield and the other half of the Woodlands Championship Golf Course. We can see the cut-ins for the greens and some of the sand traps, but obviously it's still a lot farther behind than the other half of the Woodlands course. We continue to head farther south now into Edenfield. We can see that they've done the deep utilities, the sewage mains, and the storm drains. However, they haven't started yet on any of the community roads in this area, and they're still just now laying in the water mains that parallel the roadways. I've spoken to many people who are interested in building a house in Edenfield. The village of Edenfield is still a very long way away, probably sometime late next year before they even consider start building spec homes and courtyard villas. For the last month or so, they've been slowly moving to the northwest, putting in the water lines for both potable water and reclaimed water. We're going to fly back across McNeil Drive now, and this is the pond for the radio-controlled boats. I incorrectly stated in my last video that this large paved area was going to be for RC cars. I was wrong. It's going to be for pickleball courts and tennis courts. This is the Saint-Tropez Recreation Center. The day after I shot this, they started putting shingles on the roof. Now the roof is completely shingled. Now we're looking at the Live Oak Pitch and Putt course. By the time this video comes out, this course should be about a day or two away from opening. The homes along this golf course sold for a very pretty penny. Some, if I recall, were around $800,000. And yes, they are very close to the Florida Turnpike that you see across the top of the screen. We'll rotate now towards the southeast and we'll fly along the Laurel Oak Executive Course. This course is now open. Its claim to fame is having the longest par 4 hole on any executive course. For me, that just means more fairway to lose my ball in. As we get towards the southern end of the Laurel Oak Golf Course, we'll take a look around at the area where the Meadows Championship course will be built. It's still probably 2 years away before we even consider seeing it. We'll rotate around and we'll get another look at Edenfield, and then we'll head back up north along McNeil Drive. When the Meadows Golf Course is finally built, the view from the turnpike will be quite interesting as you go by the Bexley Bridge, because all 4 corners along the turnpike will have golf courses. What a great advertisement for the community. We'll fly in and take another look at the Saint-Tropez Recreation Center that's being built before moving on to the Eastport Commercial District. Let's face it, we're not as young as we once were. Climbing those old-fashioned attic stairs to get the Christmas decorations down or to stow those family treasures is just too dangerous. Majic Stairs is the safer alternative. Real steps with safety rails at a safer angle and safety rails in the attic provide the safest attic access available. Having troubles getting things to and from the attic? The Majic Attic Lift can be there to help. Designed by Villages resident Ron Berner, every Majic Stairs and Majic Attic Lift is custom built in their Ocala, Florida factory and installed by their technicians. Why take chances? For less than the cost of one emergency room visit, you can have Majic Stairs installed in your home. Majic Stairs, the safer, more convenient alternative. This is the Eastport commercial area coming from Corbin Trail. This first area here is where the dog park is going. This next building is for the swimming pool, and the big wet spot is where they're going to build the pool. This is the Olympia Recreation Center, and this big area here with the open framing is where the indoor athletic area is going to be. This next building is for the sales and marketing department, and it's like the facility that they have in Spanish Springs and Lake Sumter Landing and Brownwood. Here we have the indoor athletic area again. This is where the indoor pickleball courts are going to be, the rock climbing wall. We'll rotate around now. That's Sunset Island at the top of the screen. And coming up is the boathouse. This is where I believe they'll be renting kayaks and canoes to run on the lake, and people involved with the dragon boating will do some of their organizational activities. We'll fly over the north end of Sunset Island and across Central Lake, and we'll take a look at the driving range building. This building is where you'll get your range balls, and I guess they have some other plans for it too based on the size of it. That's the starter shack for the Bel Air Executive Course, the practice putting green. We'll rotate around. That's the Village of Lakeview. There's a gate going into Lakeview from Eastport. This is the Eastport Hotel under construction. You can see they've started putting in the decking for the second floor. The green area at the top of the screen is the driving range. We'll get back to it. As we rotate left, you see the foundations being put in for the bathrooms. This is the stage area here in the middle. And then here's another set of foundations for the bathrooms that are being built. This one's got all the plumbing in it. The mystery circles from last video are solved. They were planters for trees. We'll fly back over the pool and dog park area to the Farragut ball fields, where we can see a lot of progress has been made on both the dugouts and the concession stand / announcer's booth building. The tennis and pickleball courts are at the top of the screen, and this is the sand courts for things like beach volleyball and badminton or whatever they're doing in the sand. And back over to the ball fields. This is coming in the south end of Eastport from Bar Boulevard. There are 4 commercial buildings being built here. Building all these early like this tell me they've got a lot of them already rented. It will be interesting to see what fills these buildings as Eastport starts to develop more. We'll continue now down towards the waterfront entertainment area that's going right here. Rotating around. This collection of buildings is supposed to be like European alleyways between them for restaurants and shops, so that's going to be another interesting addition to the Eastport area. This is the Villages golf cart store that's being built with the rooftop parking. Again, this is a couple of days old, so there's been a lot of changes already. They're moving very, very fast on these buildings here. This is the Citizens First Bank being built. And across the way is the Villages Health building. This is the farthest along building. They're doing interior work right now. This coming up is the Golf Academy, and it's got its own driving range slots to hit out into the driving range from the south end. We'll fly up the driving range and go back towards the Eastport Hotel. The white area at the top of the driving range is where the hitting lanes are going to be, and there's supposed to be about 40 of those. Here's a look at the Eastport Hotel from the south. We'll come back around and we'll go back down Eastport Drive, which is the name of the street that goes through the middle of the downtown area. Here's those new buildings that are being built for commercial establishments. Coming up is Central Parkway, and across the street, Bar Boulevard, going through the village of Water's Edge. This is the new Bel Air Executive Golf Course. I'll take the scenic route up to the starter shack and we'll fly along the 9 holes that make up this course. This is a par 27 course with probably 4 or 5 balls lost per round based on the amount of water going through it. The building up ahead is for the driving range. We saw that just a minute ago from the air. I'll do a flyover now of all 9 holes from up high. I'm not going to do the high and low level flyover like I normally do for an executive or a championship course, not until I get a chance to play this and really get an idea of what the landscape looks like, so I don't end up crashing the drone into a tree or something. But all these holes, as you can see, they're all up against the water, so if you hook or fade a little bit, you're probably going to lose a ball or 2 here.
Hi, I'm Jeff Monash with Village Air Filters. Are you tired of wasting money on throwaway paper air filters? I can save you money with my lifetime permanent washable air filters. Just buy it once and never buy another air filter again. Rinse it out and then just slide it right back in. My filters are custom made in the US and they have a lifetime warranty. Give me a call at 352-388-1230 or visit my website at villageairfilters.com.
As I said, water on every hole. Such fun, such fun. Let's scoot down now to the southwest to the Middleton area. Many people think the Middleton is just for families. No, it's not. There's going to be restaurants and shops for everyone. The first part of this view is taken at about 5 or 6 feet off the ground. This is FMK Restaurant's Victory Family Sports Grill. While this is obviously a very modern built commercial district, the way the facades are laid out for each individual store make it look like an early 20th century town where each building is just a little bit different from the next. Each has a different facade or architectural style. Middleton Drive is now open for traffic. The developer started this past week moving their office into Middleton from Brownwood. This building is where TSG, Technology Services Group, is now located. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing with their Powell Road location. This is the location for the Middleton 24 restaurant. And this is the location for the Four Rivers Barbecue Restaurant here in Middleton. I had an opportunity this past week to walk down Middleton Drive. It's hugely wide. It's unbelievable how wide this is. So it has a huge potential for things like art shows and craft fairs and stuff like that down the middle of Middleton Drive. This is another of one of the many retail buildings being built here in Middleton. And this open field where I'm just flying over the top of is where the hotel is going. That's the TSG building. This is the location for apparently a grocery store. You can see that work has already started. That's the developer's building. We'll take a look at the other side of it. That's the coffee shop. And we'll fly over the top of the building and we'll take a look at the splash pond area. This is for the kids, not for the adults. Sorry, folks. This undeveloped area is also slated for commercial property, but it's not under construction yet. It's probably something down the road for another year or two. We'll rotate around. And this entrance here, you see the two white vans parked in front of it. This is the developer's new office building. It's very beautiful. I had a chance to go inside and look around. It's a gorgeous place. They always do a first-class job for everything that they do. Here we get another look at Middleton Drive and just how wide it is. And of course the Middleton logo. The last segment for this video is the new area of the village of Richmond. All these homes along the main road and along the water have gone up for sale, and as you might expect, they were snatched up pretty quickly. More of them are being made available on a regular basis. Obviously, it's a very popular location because of its close proximity to the Brownwood area. The southern half of this area is designer homes, and the northern half that you see here on the screen, these are veranda homes, which are really just designer homes with a fenced-in yard. So if you have pets or you really want your privacy, this is the home to have. Many of these homes, I think there's like 6 or 7 now, have pools being built with them and will be available for sale with a pool instead of having to go back and get a secondary contractor to build a pool for you. As we wrap up, I would like to ask you, as always, if you have the opportunity, please support my sponsors. Without their help, I wouldn't be able to make these videos. As always, I would encourage you to find the good things in life and enjoy them. As I was so harshly reminded this past week with the loss of a friend of mine, life is much too short. Grasp every day. Enjoy it as much as you can. We don't know what tomorrow brings. Our time here on this planet is much too short and much too measured. I'm Don Wiley. Have a great day.